Hey fam, welcome back to Fitness Fire. It is Ryan Milton. You are here on my show we run every single Thursday where we're going to talk about all the hot topics of the fitness industry. Today, we're going to be talking about the best form of cardio. I'm going to go into every single thing you need to know which form of cardio you should be doing, how you should do it, and what ways you want to perform it to burn the fat the fastest possible way. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel right here. I got tons of great, awesome content for you. This show right here, Fitness Fire, will be on every single Thursday until the day I fucking die. Please make sure you subscribe. And as always, if you get anything out of it, you get any benefit, any help, any, whatever out of it, fucking anything out of it, please share it for me because I want to help as many people as I can. That's why I do these shows. It's a value add. It's free content. I will never charge, and I don't make money off this. I just want to do it to help you guys. All right, so let's get to it. It is Fitness Fire episode number 2, and we are talking about the best form of cardio. So, when it comes to cardio and understanding what the best form of cardio is, you gotta understand what the point of doing the damn cardio in the motherfucking first place is, right? Most of the time, people want to do cardio because they want to burn fat, all right? Some people might want to do it for cardiovascular actual health, getting their heart healthy and, lungs and things like that healthy. But most of the time, it's because you got fat, you want to burn, you're either, you got some weight you want to lose, you want to just be in better shape, you're doing a contest prep. Either way, you're trying to remove some body fat from your body, either for aesthetic or performance purposes, all right? And so a lot of people turn towards cardio because cardio has been the kind of, guru fucking taught thing since the dawn of time, the old good old Frankenstein walk on the treadmill with your hands up and shit while you're reading a book or you're on your damn iPod or your nowadays iPhone. Back in the day it was fucking iPod. All the old cardio machines had the iPod insertion on there so you could put your hands on top of the treadmill and look at your fucking iPod. Point is, cardio is used for burning fat for the most part, okay? That's what you're going to probably use it for. That's why you're probably watching this video. You want to know, hey, you know what? I hate doing cardio, and I want to know how to do it faster. Hopefully, Coach Rye can tell me how to burn fat faster. And so, with that, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, cardio is not the fastest way to burn fat, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you again, cardio is not the fastest way to burn fat, okay? You can pack on fucking 2-3 hours a day of that motherfucking cardio, get up on the treadmill, a little stair climber, elliptical, whatever it is, and if your nutrition and your training ain't right, guess what? You're not going to burn fat like you would. You might burn a little bit, surely because of the immense amount of calories and time you're dedicating every fucking day to doing it. But you're not going to burn it nearly as much as if you have a proper training and proper nutrition program, right? So what kind of nutrition do you need? I'm going to kind of go into these things because it's actually more important than your cardio, and then I'll give you the specific cardios as well. But the things you got to understand is the nutrition you need is a caloric deficit. And I'm not going to go too in depth here because I could go for days about your calories, days about your macros. Point is, you got to be eating less than you are now if you want to burn fat. So for example, I'm 280 pounds. If I want to weigh 260 pounds, I got to quit eating what I'm eating right now to be 280 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Same for all you out there, you girls that are 130, whatever. Doesn't matter, your weight loss goal, your contest prep goal, whatever those are, you got to be doing less than what you're doing right now to drop weight. Caloric deficit is the term. You got to have the right macros and all that stuff too, but again, I'm not going to go into that in this video. This is strictly about the cardio. It's important that I touch on these points though, because you can't out cardio a bad diet. You can't do more cardio than it takes takes you, calories to eat a whole fucking pizza, right? Like, for example, doing cardio, even on like a Stairmaster, with that shit cranked up, you're not cheating. You're not gonna burn like, nothing more than like 100 calories every 5 minutes. And that'd be if you're working your ass off. Most people are not gonna even come close to that in 10. And so the thing is, when we're looking at the cardio, you eat in a slice of pizza 280 calories about. 3 of those, you're up into close to the thousands now. And for you to burn 1,000 calories on a damn Stairmaster or elliptical, it's gonna be a long motherfucking time, right? Like, you're gonna be up there for hours. So, in other words, point is, your nutrition is very important when it comes to actually burning fat and actually what kind of cardio you want to do. You can actually get away with doing much less if your nutrition is on point. And I don't mean like clean eating and that bullshit. I'm talking about getting your calories right, making sure you're going to get the right amount of macros and you're in that caloric deficit, okay? So that's important to note. You can't out cardio that bad diet of yours. If you're not tracking, you're not paying attention to shit, you're eating a caloric surplus, do as much cardio as you want. You're not going to see the damn result. And this also correlates into your training, right? So your training is also a pivotal thing that you need to have in place if you want to burn fat and actually get that lean physique. Because in reality, right, building more muscle mass is going to help you burn more calories at rest. So we were talking about, you got to be in a caloric deficit, whatever. The more muscle you carry, the more your body burns at rest. So for example, if you have a muscle base, if you've built some foundation, you've been training with weights for a while, you got some shape to your body, well, you're burning more calories sitting around. You're burning more calories while you sleep. You're burning more calories by default because it takes more calories to, feed the muscle, in other words, and keep it on your frame and keep you training. So in reality, the more muscle you build, the better you're going to burn fat and the better you're going to look too. Because a lot of people think that it's just about burning fat and that's what you actually want to do to get the physique that you think you want. But in reality, everybody, even, people, even women that are afraid of weight training and stuff because they don't want to get bulky, they like the toned look. They like looking toned, they like having toned arm, toned legs, etc., right? And so the way you get that is not through doing more cardio. You do more cardio all the time, you just look skinny fat. You'll be a smaller, skinny, fat version of yourself in what state you are now. But if you get the weight training in there too, you start following a good weight training program, which I'm not going to go into depth right here, right now. But, if you start doing that, you couple that with good nutrition, you're going to be burning fat and looking great very quickly with minimal amounts of cardio, right? So it's very important that you got the training, you got the nutrition down. You can head over to my website right now, TeamFFLEX.com, TeamFFLEX.com, and we have a free trial right there where I can show you how to train for this, all right? So we can show you, me and my team of coaches can teach you a little bit like, hey, here's how you set up a good training program for, burning fat, getting lean, and all that, and also show you how to do some of the cardio. So go there now if you're watching, TeamFFLEX.com, and there'll be a pop-up. Just put your email in. You'll get invited to our training app. Try it out for free. No strings attached. It's all free. I just want to give back. It's easier for me to show you there than it is for me to try to explain it in this video. We can just show you exactly how to do it. So that's important stuff. Now, when it comes to the actual cardio, right? So like I just talked about your training. I talked about your nutrition. I talked about the why behind it. If you're looking to do cardio, you want to get leaner, you need to know about your training and nutrition. It's all part of it. So when does it come down to the actual cardio though? Right? Let's say you're the person that got your training on point, you got your nutrition on point, and you still want to speed up that process. Well, you can do some cardio, okay? I'm not a huge cardio coach. I don't have people do tons of cardio. A lot of the girls that coach that are on prep would say otherwise, but in reality, it's because they need it from the way that their plans have been structured before I started coaching them or something like that. They're dealing with metabolic problems from things like that, from before when they worked with a different coach that put them on some bad bro science approach. But in reality, you should be always aiming to do the least amount of cardio that you possibly can. Okay, you should be aiming to do the least amount of cardio and still get the maximal amount of result. That should always be the goal. The same goes with dieting. You want to make sure you have the most calories that you can and still get the result. So the goal is always to get the result. What happens when you overdo cardio, right? Like a lot of people just want to jump to an hour. They want to jump right into 2 hours a day. And when you start doing this stuff, your body starts adapting to it, okay? And it doesn't adapt in a good way. Your body basically says, you know what, we're doing a lot of cardio, we're doing a lot of physical output. For example, someone who's doing any type of a diet or a prep program, whatever, they're going into a show, they're trying to do the whole prep process. Well, guess what you're doing? You are straight up, dieting yourself. you're also doing cardio, and you're also lifting weights, and you're training with weights. So if you're doing all that stuff, now you're in this spot where you're basically signaling to your body that, hey, guess what? We are in an actual recipe for disaster. Like, we're in starvation death mode because of the things we're doing, right? Because our bodies, and I always say this, the primitive brain, the part of you that makes you breathe, all the breaths you breathe every day, the heartbeat without thinking about it, all the, subconscious functions of the human body, that part of the brain's goal is survival. It knows survival, and it knows what to do to make you survive. It does not know that, hey, guess what? You're on prep. Or, hey, guess what? You want to lose weight. Or, hey, this and that. It just knows that we are living the life. It responds to what it's getting, in other words. It's responding to its output. It's responding to its intake of food. It's responding to all these things. And when your body senses the fact that, hey, it still thinks we're running around out in the jungle with spears and shit trying to find our next meal, doesn't know you got a fridge or you're on the damn treadmill for cardio, it says, okay, well, here's what we're getting. Here's the information that is being put out to our primitive brain, right? Okay, I'm doing weight training. I'm beating the shit out of my body with weights. It's exhausting, and I have to recover. I'm also in a low calories, right? So my calories are not high. I'm actually going to lose weight because my calories are low. And also now I'm doing all this activity. I'm walking around. I'm doing cardio multiple hours a day. So looking at this, I don't know where my next meal is. This is your primitive brain, remember? I don't know where my next meal is. I don't know if we're going to get it. To that part of your brain, you're living out in the wild, running around, trying to find a fucking cheetah to eat or something. It says, you know what? This is a recipe for disaster. So you know what we need to do? Hold on to body fat stores. And this is why people get stubborn body fat, right? They train so hard and they're training so long, and they're wondering why they're not losing it, right? They're doing 2 hours of cardio a day. They're doing the weight training. They're doing the low calories, but they're not losing the weight. And it's because the body is basically said at this point, hey, you know what? We're shutting down. We're turning off. We're going to hold on to as much fat as we can. We're going to slow your metabolism down a ton because we don't want you burning away and dying. And we're also going to start to, as that goes, affect your hormones. And when all these things happen, it's the perfect recipe for having stubborn body fat and actually a terrible rebound. Like, you'll have a terrible rebound when you get to the point where you get so tired of that diet and you get so tired of that approach and tired of all that cardio that you start, eating more and more and more, and you're going to pack on body fat. And your body's purposely storing it, shuttling to all your fat store areas so that, it can keep it for the next time you decide to go on a fucking fat diet, right? And that's literally how the body works. It is a survival tool of the body. It is a survival part of the brain you can't fuck with. So how do you figure it out? Is you actually do less of these things, right? You diet at a slower pace. You drop your calories just a little bit and watch the results, right? You track the progress, and you start introducing cardio at a slow pace. So you start maybe 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 30, you're working your way up over time if you need it based on progress. The goal should always be to do as little cardio as possible, right? And so people will say, what is the best form of cardio then, Ryan? I hear about HIIT. I hear about, solid state, the kind of classic stuff. Can I just take a walk? Should I hit the rower? What about Stairmaster, elliptical? Or what is the difference between all these? Can I just do like a physical activity? Can I play a sport or something like that? And in reality, the cardio, the one that you can do that's going to work for your body is going to be individual for you. Unfortunately, that's the true piece. But also, there's one truth of that is the same for everybody. And that is the amount of calories burnt is going to be the same either way. So in other words, you could do HIIT training, right? HIIT, high intensity interval training, which is like a minute on or a minute off for like 20 minutes. So it's short. You're doing hard, intense, high-paced work, high intensity work, in other words, for a short period of time. And you could do that for 20 minutes, and you might burn, let's say, 200 calories. You could do the same thing walking on the treadmill for an hour and burn 200 calories. Those are just like kind of ballpark guesses. Obviously, your number's going to be different. Everybody's numbers are different based on their height, their weight, and their age. But the point is, you can, as long as you burn the same amount of calories, it doesn't per se matter the activity. So like you could take a walk after work for an hour, and it might be a leisurely walk. You're enjoying yourself, you're having a good time, whatever, chatting up one of your friends or something. And if you burn that amount of calories that you would have done in 20 minutes of HIIT training, it's the same result either way. Okay, so like in reality, as long as you hit the calorie burn goal, you're good. You're not going to need anything magical. You don't need to do high intensity interval training every day. In fact, if you do, you're going to fatigue your central nervous system. You're going to get real exhausted and be able to perform worse in actual cardio sessions and also with weights and also just overall, right? Like your mental function won't be the same because your central nervous system is getting taxed. So the best form of cardio is whichever one you enjoy the most, okay? Some people only have like 20 minutes a day they would want to do cardio that they have time for. They have all these other obligations. HIIT training could be good for you. Don't do it every day. Do it a couple days a week. Give yourself ample time to rest between, and that's great. As for solid state cardio, right, like just walking or, hitting the treadmill or whatever at a certain pace, great. A lot of people do like to do that too. Some people like to get off work and just take a walk, right? They eat dinner, take a walk, they're unwinding, they've had a long day, whatever, they're kind of, packing away their brain for the day and whatever. Some people enjoy that. Here's what the answer is either way. No matter what form of cardio you choose to do, whether it be high intensity or, it's normal paced, solid state cardio, in other words, as long as you are getting the actual calorie burn in there, the same amount of calories, right? You're good to go. Like, that's it. You can do whichever one of these that works best for you, and it's going to produce results. And that's the crazy thing. So, me, for example, right? Like, I generally like to do my cardio when I'm doing it. I just started back up. But I do it in the morning, and I'll answer my messages while I do it, right? So, like, I'll get on my phone, and I'll go through my DMs and try to answer questions and do things like that. So I'm doing a slower paced cardio. I'm not doing HIIT training. I could do HIIT training, but instead I'd rather do like an hour cardio and couple it up with something I'm doing. I've done in my life many times with great effect things like tread desks and things. I started, that's actually my term, tread desk. Like there's treadmill desks and things like that, super expensive, but I used to make my own at my day job. I used to work at a gym. I used to set up a board on there, get on my computer and work there. Super effective for me. Again, it's just the slow paced stuff, so I could work at the same time. But again, it's the calorie burn, and that's why that worked. And then there's gonna be people that do HIIT training and they're busting their ass all out, 100 kettlebell swings in 10 minutes, that kind of stuff, heavy stuff, doing ropes and whatever, burpees, all kinds of high intensity kind of cardio, and they're gonna get great results too. And they only train for 15-20 minutes. So it really comes down to what you want to do. If you want to do the kill two birds one stone approach like I do, or if you want to go a different way with it and do the high intensity stuff so that you have more time to do whatever you want, great. All those are awesome. What you got to worry about is the overall calorie burn. If you're getting the same amount of calories, then it doesn't matter which form of cardio you do. It does not matter which form of cardio you do. As far as knowing how many calories you need to be burning doing these activities, that's going to be depending on your training program. That's going to be depending on your coach that set it up for you. If you're trying to wing it, I would suggest you don't. Get a coach. That's something I say all the time because, you don't count on yourself to fix your car when it breaks down on the side of the road. You call the motherfucking mechanic because they know the shit better than you. You could sit there and bang it with a fucking wrench and see what happens, but you might as well just pay the person that knows what they're doing so they can get you there faster, right? So you don't have to bang your wrench on the damn tire for 4 days before you decide to call the damn tow truck and they pull you right over. Basically same thing with your training, same thing with, all your fitness goals. If you want the best way to do it, get it from people that are experts in their field, and that's what you should do with pretty much everything in life, right? That's the shortcut to getting things done instead of trying to trial and error of everything else. So in reality, the things you need to know about your cardio, and the best forms is that first you got to understand the why of it. You're probably trying to lose weight, right? You're trying to get lean. And so if that's true, you got to get the nutrition, the training, right? Absolutely got to have those right. As far as the cardio goes, do as little as possible and do the one that you enjoy. Do the one that's going to work for you the most. And as you go, it's important you monitor this and you progress it and you see, are you taking measurements, are you taking pictures, are you seeing changes? And as things go, you need to start adapting. So you might need to do more cardio, maybe less. Maybe you get to the point where you don't need to do any because you hit your goal. Things like that. All that's important. All that's in, something you got to be aware of, something you should be monitoring. And again, if you have a coach, they'll do it for you. If you want us to help you out with this free for 7 days, TeamFFLEX.com right now. Pop-up will come at you. Just sign up on that list. We'll get you in our coaching app. We'll guide you for 7 days on this. And then, of course, we have programs where we can, customize it, build everything for you, get you exactly where you want to be. But for sure, if you watch the video this far and you don't try the trial, you don't check out the app, it's pretty crazy because it's just such a free, awesome value add for you. So Thanks for watching. This was Fitness Fire number 2. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you got something good out of this. If you did, share it. Please subscribe to the channel. Every single Thursday, we'll be back here with Fitness Fire. I got tons of great content coming for you. Keep your ideas rolling at me. I'm going to keep answering them. I'm going to do this every single Thursday until the end of time. Thank you for watching. Coach Rye is out.